Hey guys, how's it going? It's my first time doing this type of video, so let's give her a shot. So, uh, basically, I'm just gonna be showing you all the different types of redstone loops and just general loops in Minecraft. Alright, so first of all, this will be like the sensor, so whenever it beeps, that means it's each tick for the timer. Not all of them have it, because some would be very annoying, such as chicken one, or I disconnected the boat one here. Anyways, first we're going to start off with entity loops. Entity loops are sometimes random, such as chicken walking over a pressure plate, or plants growing, because they have random ticks where they'll update and grow, and sometimes not. So it just depends on the plant. This style of loop is most useful for like large scale farms where you'll set up like 3 sugarcane side by side, and then when it goes off, it would trigger like a giant flying machine that would take out an entire thing, which is just a normal, or this is just a normal sugarcane farm basically, if you just stacked up a whole bunch of them. And then you can do the same thing with bamboo, but it just is a lot taller. They also grow faster, so it's hard to distinguish, but if you're using it for a bamboo farm, it's another good thing to use. Next up is boats. Boats can be a good timer in the early game, or if you're doing a playthrough where you don't have redstone, where you still want to make a loop of some sort. And you can make these in different shapes, different sizes, all different kind of ways. You can even include bubble columns, which make it more complicated, but they do work. So if you want to like trigger things on different levels, you could do that with boats, but makes things way more complicated. All right, next is minecarts. Minecarts make okay timers, but they're pretty noisy. So I don't find myself using them that much because there's better alternatives. But if you already have minecarts going around, you can just use them as is and just add on detector rails to add timers to them. And then so you can't turn looped ones off, but for straight line ones, you can turn them off and on. And another cool trick is you can just put detector rails in front or behind powered rails, and it'll power them for you. So you won't have to actually put a power source. All right, up next is armor stand, or you can swap it for a mob or even your friend. So basically this one is just using the flow of the water to push the mob character, whoever, back onto the pressure plate, and then the sticky piston is just launching him back, and then it's just a constant loop forever. All right, so I can show you how to make this one quick. Doesn't take much. So if you already have water somewhere, you can just extend that over, let her loose, see how far it goes. Grab your pressure plate there, throw her down there, add some of that. Also make sure no blocks are on the sticky piston, or else they get latched on. You won't be able to remove them anymore. Alrighty. So yeah, nothing crazy, but use case for this one's not very often. Next one up. Alright, now we're getting into like basic redstone clocks and such. So basic redstone clocks used to look like this, and then over time, this has become my main clock, mostly because it's way more reliable, because ticks make these unreliable, because for some reason sometimes these will just like stop. Like here, I'll just give an example. So over time, like say you render a chunk and then unrender it, sometimes these just for some reason break, and then they no longer produce a signal, and they'll just stop and go completely dark, which isn't very fun if it's annoying to get to your clock. So this is the new style clock. Well, not new, but the kind I prefer to use. And I'll just quickly show you how to make it. And of course, these can be extended. And then this lever's like only for turning it off and on. So you're just gonna throw one of these down, dust there. Boom, boom, full extension. And that's about it. But you can use this to go way longer as well. So say you need to extend this a whole bunch. Oops, my bad. Such as this. Now you got a pretty long clock here. Of course, you use a lot of repeaters, and one way to get rid of that will be in the next one. It's a hopper clock. This is my preferred timer. Basically, all around my world, I use these. Mostly because these, same as that, super reliable. They won't lose data because the data is being kept inside of the hoppers. So basically, when this one's working, the items will just pass back and forth between the hopper. And the only reason why it's not doing that right now is because this hopper is being powered. So as soon as I remove that, it'll start moving. And then so of course, right now I only have like 4 items in here. But if you want to grab up to 5 stacks of stuff, you can throw it in there and make it a super long clock, which basically it'll last a long time. And then to pull your pulse out of this, I use observers because it's the easiest way. You just detect whenever the piston moves. I'll quickly show you guys how to make this one as well. All right. So what you're going to need is just these items here. And then, of course, the lever is optional. Don't really need it. And you don't want to forget your hoppers. All right. So you're just going to throw 2 hoppers down. And then you'll put your comparators looking into the hoppers there. Redstone like that. And then piston there with your block. And then you'll just need to grab whatever item that you need for the clock. And then of course, as time passes, it'll do the clock thing. And then if you want to add an off on button, just throw that on this side. And then it'll stop it from moving. Yeah. All right, moving on to the next one. This is actually the one that made me make this video, because a while ago I found this design here, but I couldn't actually find who it was made by. So basically it's one hopper clock with this piece of redstone, basically making it whenever this moves back and forth, it allows 1 tick of, or aka 1 item to transfer between. And so over time, you can make this very long. And this is also, you can add another one onto this, making it super long. But there's no real use case unless you wanted to make an actual clock of when the Earth was gonna die or something. Yeah, you can make it that long. Anyways, so I'll show you guys how to make this one real quick. So this is what you're gonna need. Basically, I always like to start with my my main thing here, which will be just a little bit here. All right. And this comparator is going to be put in the on position. And do bam bam. And over here, you're going to make your first clock. Bam. Oh, I could throw some stuff in here, but we'll leave it for now. All right, jumping over to the next one, you're gonna come off these, bam, bam. And then you're just gonna make basically the exact same thing. The only thing you need, you can also move this as long as these are powering each of the hoppers, so you can put it above it as well. You could also redirect this like further away. I don't know why you'd need to, but that's also a possibility. All right, so same thing. Normal hopper clock. But now the one thing you do need that I might have not shown in the last part is there is oops, I think that's the wrong way. Holy crap. Alright. So now whenever items pass in between, we'll turn it on and off. Oh yeah. Make sure this is set to 3 ticks, by the way. Yeah. And then you could throw your items in here. So yeah, now it just transfers really slow. So if you wanted a clock that's like over 20 minutes or 30 minutes or something, up to, I'm pretty sure this one can go up to like 6 hours or something if you put it really high. Because basically, if you fill this all the way up, it's going to take a long time. Just make sure you don't overfill it. 5 stacks is the max. And if you go over that, then it'll clog up the timer and it won't let it transfer back and forth anymore. And it'll just get stuck. But yeah. And then, of course, if you want it to stop moving here, you could just put an on-off switch right here. Which now, once again, it'll lock that clock up. And it won't let anything else move. Say you wanted to turn off a machine or something. All right, last of all, this is just like a really fast clock that basically everybody should know about. It's just 2 observers looking into each other. Yeah, this is what you'll need to build it. Very minimal. All right. This one's super easy. Boom, bam, bop. And then you don't even need the redstone. You can just do it like that and it'll be going crazy. Just for an example, I'll just throw a trapdoor on there. Yeah, it'll go crazy. But you can move, of course. It's up to here. Yeah. That's all the clocks. Hope you enjoyed. And have a great day. Quick wrap up at the end here. Thanks for sticking around. Sorry if I forgot to mention any other clocks. These are just the main ones I use. If you have any other tutorials you want me to make, throw them down in the comments below, and I'll try my best to make them. Hope you stick around, and I'll see you later.